Have you ever heard that kind of self-doubt in your mind where you're like, who am I to want this? Or who am I to deserve this? You know, who am I to start my business? Who am I to be giving advice? Who am I to be posting? Who am I to start my dream? Who am I to want to be happier? Who am I to want to raise? You know, we all have that when you start any new endeavor in which you are seeking a dream, there's going to be that self-doubt and that specific phrase, well, who am I to lead others? Who am I to earn more money? Who am I to be able to try to manage or build or earn this? So I want to talk about how do you deal with that? And I got 4 big ideas for you right here in this video today. The first thing is, when you hear that, who am I, realize that that's a self-doubt kind of conversation, and that's not bad. You know, I know a lot of people in my space will say, well, just obliterate that and have confidence and courage and overcome it. But I'm like, listen, self-doubt is a good thing. I know that's gonna sound completely crazy, but listen, self-doubt is intended to be a signal for you to either learn or take action. Self-doubt only becomes a negative thing when you have the self-doubt or the talk that is kind of negative, and what you do is you stop, right? The difference often between successful people and unsuccessful people is that successful people, they have goals and dreams, but so do unsuccessful people. And the difference is that often a successful person, they go, I don't know how to do that, or who am I to do that? And they go, well, I guess I better go learn and figure out and get at it so I can deserve to have it. Where an unsuccessful mindset would say, well, who am I? And I guess I shouldn't, and they stop. It's the stopping that makes self-doubt a bad thing, right? Because self-doubt is actually a signal for you to go learn and act. And if you can immediately shift that mindset, every time I have self-doubt, I don't think, oh, woe is me, or I'm stupid or insufficient. I go, wow, my mind is signaling. It is telling me, get at it, kid. Learn here, kid. And that's a positive thing. I also want you to adopt the mindset that says, you know what? You got to have that builder mindset. The builder mindset is, oh, I will build into the person who deserves to have that. I will build into that because rule number 1 that we're going to talk about today is that you've got to have consistent action. When you have that, who am I to do something? Well, no one is deserving who does not act towards the thing that they want to deserve, right? So if you're like, well, who am I to do this? I'm like, get at it. Show up every day, work towards it, earn that right. Because maybe it's true. Maybe your mind is saying, who am I to do this? We don't deserve this yet. Now, there's that part of us that could be a self-worth issue. You know, oh gosh, Brendon, I just don't feel, like I'm worth it or I'm valuable. It's a self-esteem issue. So make sure you watch some of my other videos or trainings on my YouTube channel for that kind of stuff, like dealing with self-doubt specifically. But I want to tell you this, you're never going to mentally get over it. What's going to happen is you're going to take action, and that action is going to give you more momentum, and that momentum is going to give you more confidence. And as you get more confidence, you try more things, achieve more things, and all of a sudden one day you're like, hey, I deserve this, hot dog. So please, I think what you have to do is realize you'll only ever feel like, who am I to deserve this, when you take consistent action. Second big idea is that who am I to do this is the cue to develop competency. It means what you need to do. As soon as you're like, well, who am I to, start this dream? It's saying, it's your brain going, hey, we better learn about this and understand it better because we don't have expertise yet. It's not that you have to be the world's #1 expert, but it's your brain going, hey, why don't we do some reading on this? Why don't we find a mentor, listen to a few podcasts, go to a few seminars or training events where I can develop competency so I understand exactly what I'm supposed to do. And I will tell you this, I can always tell the people who are going to stop or fail when they say, who am I to do this? And you know who it is? It's the person who doesn't have a learning plan. When someone says, well, who am I to do this? And they don't have a map of what they need to learn. They haven't written down the top 5 skills they need to learn to be able to do it. They stop. They go, well, I guess I'm just not good enough. And they start blaming their identity, their personality, or their past versus saying, oh, I guess I'm not good enough because I don't know how yet. Let me develop some skill here. And that's critical because I want you to know that was true for me. I thought, well, at the beginning of my career, who am I to be a writer? I've never written a book before. I've never taken a writing class. I've never been to a writer's workshop. I mean, why would a publisher want to publish me? Well, I couldn't think my way through that. I had to first take consistent action. Right. So I wrote my book. Second, I had to learn how to be a published author. So I had to go to seminars and conferences on how to publish and market a book, right? I had to start developing competency in the area I wanted to do. Later on, I wanted to become a high-performance coach, a certified high-performance coach, like somebody who's kind of like an elite level in the life coaching or business coaching field. And I said, well, I don't know how to do that. So I guess I'd better immediately start coaching so I can develop the competency to get better and better and better and become world-class. That builder mindset again. It's like, yeah, I know I'm not yet, but the only way I'm ever going to get there is if I learn and do and learn and do and learn and do. So if you find yourself, you keep stopping, next time you say, who am I to? I want you to immediately sit down and go, what skills would I need to learn to be able to do that, become that, and deserve that? Third big idea I think is so important is the who am I to do this is often triggering something in our mindset about congruence, right? It's like many people always tell me, but I want to become an influencer. I want to become an inspiration. And I'm like, well, are you inspired a lot? And they're like, well, no. I'm like, well, then what you're going to feel like is a phony. You know, well, Brendon, I want to teach people to change their lives. Have you ever changed your life? Well, no, I'm miserable. I don't like myself. I don't have good habits and a good mindset. I'm like, maybe you're not the person to do that. Your brain is just going, hey, let's be honest. And when your brain is saying, let's be honest, that's something to listen to. So if your brain's saying, well, who am I to be an influencer? Or who am I to be a leader? It's saying you have not yet been showing up congruent here. So congruence requires two things. Number one, it requires you to have the identity vision, meaning you need to say, who am I? Who do I want to become? And really focus on being clear about you, the identity piece of you. Second thing is you need to act like that and practice what you preach every single day. You need to get way more congruent in your action. Because listen, when I was starting like life coaching, I had already achieved like a lot of peace and a lot of happiness and joy in my life, great deep connections. I hadn't earned what I felt like I had to earn. I felt like, you know what, I need to be a really high earning coach to have experience with other people. And then I realized, well, coaching is really about other people, not about me. It's about helping them. But I also said, you know what, I want to know that I'm as successful as I can become. And that each day I'm doing things to move towards that. So when I tell a client, hey, this is an opportunity for you to become the best of who you are, I'm congruent because I'm also trying to do that. And as I became more congruent in my life, more motivated, practicing better habits, developing better relationships, earning more, making a greater difference, being absolutely disciplined and focused, and all these things that we talk about in personal development, it was easier for me not only to perceive myself as a good coach, but ultimately to start seeing myself as becoming world class. Your congruence, like whether you've been showing up as who you say you are, whether you've been showing up, practicing what you preach, is really the thing that is often triggering that mindset that says, well, who am I? Because I haven't been showing up yet. So the job, show up, my friend. Last big idea, and I think this is important. Do not compare yourself to other people. When you say, well, who am I to do this? It's often easy to look at the most successful people in the world at it and go, but I'm not like that. You know, when I became an author, I would look at these people who had like 6 or 7 New York Times bestselling authors. I'm like, well, who am I to do it? You know, she's amazing and all over the media, or he's amazing and has sold millions of copies of books, and look at his fancy background. And you start comparing your background to their current levels of success, when neither of them are the relevant factor. The relevant factor is, are you doing the work, practicing what you preach, and being consistent and adding value right now? That's what it's about. Don't compare yourself. Ask, am I working my hardest in the moment and really giving my all? That's the question. Not giving your all to be like her, giving your all to be you each day. Like, your mind wants to know that you are showing up as your best. It hates when you go through the motions. It hates when you fake it because you're comparing yourself to him or her and you're trying to be like them. What it loves is like, I live this day as me. authentically, on fire, connected. And when you do that, your mind knows it. Your mind knows it. And it starts saying, hey, I don't need to compare myself to other people. Every day, let me compare myself to yesterday. How was I yesterday? Today, am I showing up congruent? Today, am I learning? Today, am I taking consistent action? And all of a sudden, when you get all these things in play, consistent action, when you're learning, you've got your learning map here, developing competency, knowledge, skills, abilities, when you are congruent with how you think of yourself and how you actually show up, and when you don't compare anymore and you live your life giving your absolute best, guess what happens? That little question of who am I starts to go away and you start to say, I'm here, let's go. All right, hey guys, it's Brendon, and I hope you enjoyed my video today. If you did, would you do me 2 simple things? Number 1, share it with somebody else, and number 2, click subscribe down below. That will help so much, and then you'll get notices every time I post a new video. Also, if you're somebody who's always like looking at my work and you're wondering like, how does he do it all? We have 2 new tools that can really help you reach what we call that high performance experience. As you know, I call you guys Team HPX, which HPX stands for High Performance Experience. It's that idea and that philosophy of living that says, I want to live the highest version of myself. I want a life that's, vibrant and connected and excellence driven. Like, you want to reach that next level of high performance and success in your life. That's why I call you guys Team HPX. And we have 2 new tools for Team HPX that everyone is freaking out about, so I'll help you check it out. The first one is our new high performance planner. This is what I fill out every day to keep my mindset good and positive, to live a happy life, to really prepare myself for the day. So it helps me not only just set my goals, but make sure my priorities are clear, keep a clean schedule, review and rate and measure myself at the end of each day on the high performance habits that we know make you more successful. This is available on Amazon or most bookstores anywhere. It's called the High Performance Planner. Pick up a copy of it. It's what I fill out every morning. And our new HPX Optimize. Many of you have wondered how I keep the mental clarity and mental motivation and creative edge. This is our new supplement. It's called HPX Optimize. You can also find it on Amazon. And this is the thing that gives me that energy and that focus each day to be my best, which, as many of you all know, was really important to me. And I developed this because I had a brain injury in 2011 and it threw me off my A game and my mind wasn't right and I just didn't have the ability to focus anymore. And this is not a product to cure, brain injuries. This is a product for any person out there who says, I want a little more focus in the day. I want a little more creative edge. I want my mind to be just more alert and aware. And this is what the product does without caffeine, without GMO, without soy, without all the nonsense. Look it up on Amazon. It's called HPX Optimize. These are the 2 new tools for our HPX community. I hope you engage. I hope you'll look them up on Amazon. There's some links in the post down below where you can get them at the best rate. So please engage. Again, please subscribe, please share, stay part of Team HPX, and please, as you know, every single day, you have a choice. You can go be average or ordinary, or you can choose to be extraordinary. So my friends, go be extraordinary.